Sort of like the state energy office, we actually celebrated our 50th year anniversary last year. So going strong, started during the first energy crisis. If you know the name, you know the acronym, R&D is in there. It's been part of what we've always done. I lead the R&D program at NYSERDA, and it's a broad program. We focus on grid modernization, energy storage, both short duration, long duration, clean power technologies, alternative fuels, hydrogen, buildings technologies, and now we're moving into data center efficiency. And really what we're trying to do is help enable New York's clean energy transformation. That's our mission. We get funding from the state, from ratepayers, from taxpayers, from RGGI. We bring that all together and we invest in technologies to move them from the lab to the marketplace. So that's my job. I'm going to do everyone a little bit of a favor today, and I'm not going to mention AI. AI is not in this presentation. I just realized it, so you get a little bit of break from the AI discussion. I want to thank One Business World, the team, for bringing this group together, and thank everyone here for spending time in what I think is one of the most important issues facing New York today. Over the past week, we've seen several energy stories, and they received national attention. We had FERC release an order examining how electricity markets can accommodate large loads. We had CHIPPY, the major transmission project, move forward and energize after years of development. And across the country, utilities, policymakers, investors, and technology companies are all discussing the same sets of issues: rising electricity demand, grid modernization, affordability, reliability, infrastructure investment, and the pace of clean energy development. Now, on the surface, all of these things may seem separate, but they're really connected by a common theme. And that common theme is energy transition is now entering a more operational phase. Just as the previous speaker indicated, sustainability is entering a more operational phase. So we're at an inflection point. Previously, we were talking about lowering technology costs. Can it happen? And now we've passed that point, and we're having to face some really difficult challenges and difficult problems. So for the last 15 years, the central question was whether clean energy technologies could become technically viable and economically competitive. Could wind and solar scale? Could battery storage improve? Could building technologies mature? And could digital tools help us plan and operate the power system more effectively? Could private capital support a cleaner, more modern energy system? Today, that conversation's really moved forward. Many of these technologies are no longer theoretical. They're being deployed, improved, financed, and integrated into real energy systems today. Now, that progress is important, but it also brings us to the next challenge. The work ahead is increasingly about integration, scale, and execution. Can we modernize the infrastructure efficiently? Can we integrate new resources effectively? Can we support economic growth while maintaining reliability? Can we help customers manage costs? Can we continue reducing emissions while ensuring that the energy system remains dependable and practical for the people and businesses that rely on it every day? These questions matter everywhere, across the United States, across the world, but they matter especially here in New York, because New York operates one of the most complex energy systems in the country. We have dense urban load, rural communities, major economic centers, aging infrastructure, growing electrification needs, resilience challenges, and significant clean energy goals through the CLCPA. We also have customers who expect energy service to be reliable, affordable, and increasingly clean. So that's the core challenge before us, and that's what we're grappling with at NYSERDA. Affordability, reliability, and decarbonization are sometimes treated like separate subjects and separate discussions. In practice, they're very deeply connected. An energy transition that is not affordable will be difficult to sustain. An energy transition that is not reliable will not support economic confidence. And an energy system that remains reliable and affordable but does not reduce emissions will not meet the long-term challenges ahead. So the question then is not which objectives matter most. The question is how we can create solutions that help these objectives move together. And that's where innovation becomes essential. So at NYSERDA, innovation is not simply about new technology and new technology for its own sake. It's about helping better solutions move from concept to demonstration, from demonstration to deployment, from deployment to broader market adoption. It's about reducing risk, building confidence, improving performance, and helping markets develop around solutions that can deliver robust public value. So when we think about innovation, we're also always thinking about, building a better mousetrap or improving a wind turbine blade so it's more efficient, but it really can take many forms. It can be a new storage technology, an advanced building system, a clean transportation solution, a grid modernization tool, a thermal energy network, a flexible demand resources, or a digital platform that improves forecasting and system operations. Innovation can also be a better way to plan, to finance, to procure, to install, to operate, or scale a technology. That broader definition matters because the energy transition won't be achieved through invention alone. It's going to be achieved through adoption, through integration, through technology performance in the market. Efficiency is a useful example. It's not always the technology that attracts the most attention, but it remains one of the most effective tools available. Efficiency can lower customer bills, reduce demand on the system, defer or avoid infrastructure costs, improve building performance, and reduce emissions. It shows how innovation can support affordability, reliability, and decarbonization all at the same time. Now, the same principle applies across many areas of the modern energy system. Storage can provide flexibility. Grid technologies can improve visibility and control. Advanced forecasting can help reduce uncertainty. Flexible demand can help customers and system operators manage peak conditions. Building technologies can improve comfort and performance while lowering energy use. And clean transportation technologies can reduce emissions while creating new opportunities for load management and customer value. The common thread here with everything I've been talking about is practical impact. The technologies that matter most are not simply the newest technologies. They're the technologies that can help our system work better. They're technologies that give utilities more tools, that give our customers more options. They give planners the best information. They give investors clearer opportunities. And they give communities a more tangible connection between energy transformation and local benefit. And that's why innovation remains one of the most broadly supportive parts of the energy conversation. It's bipartisan. It's neutral. It's something everyone can get behind. Stakeholders may disagree on specific policies, timelines, or market designs, but there's a wide agreement that better tools and better solutions can improve outcomes. And that agreement is valuable, particularly in today's political climate, because it gives us a place to focus on shared objectives. And New York has strong foundations for this work. We have world-class research institutions, entrepreneurs, utilities, investors, labor organizations, public agencies, community partners, and technology companies. We also have a long history of using innovation to solve difficult energy problems. We also have the location of the first power plant, Pearl Street Station, 1882. Does anyone know how close that is? Yeah, right here. We're at the epicenter of the birth of the modern energy system as we speak in this room. So the task now is to make sure that innovation continues to serve the needs of the system and the public. And that means asking practical questions. Does this solution help customers manage costs? Does it support reliability? Does it reduce emissions? Does it improve system performance? Does it have a credible pathway to scale? Does it work for real customers in real buildings, in real communities, and under real grid conditions? Those are the questions that keep innovation grounded. And they also remind us that the next phase of the energy transition will be judged by outcomes, not by announcements. So the future will require new infrastructure, modernized planning, private investment, public coordination, customer participation, workforce development, and continued technology deployment. It will require collaboration across agencies, utilities, businesses, communities, researchers, and investors. And no single organization can deliver this future on its own. But together, we can build conditions that allow better solutions to reach the market faster, to perform more effectively, and to create broader benefits for New Yorkers. That's the role of innovation. It expands the set of tools available to meet the challenges ahead of us. It helps reduce the cost of uncertainty. It helps move promising ideas into practical use. And more importantly, it helps connect ambition with execution. And that connection is what the next phase of innovation is going to require. As you all know, New York has set significant energy and climate goals, and those goals must be pursued in a way that provides customers reliability, affordability, and system performance. And that needs to be the center of our work. And innovation is the key to doing that. Now, innovation doesn't eliminate every trade-off. It does not remove every constraint. It does not replace the need for sound planning, reasonable investment, durable policy, and strong execution. But it gives us a better way to solve these problems. And that's why I remain very optimistic about New York's energy future. And the challenges ahead of us are real, but so are the capabilities in this room and across this state. The energy system is changing, but New York has the institutions, the talent, the companies, the utilities, the communities, and the innovation ecosystem to help change things for the better. The next chapter of this energy transition is not going to be defined only by what we build. It's going to be defined by how we integrate, operate, and scale what we build as we enter this new era. For New York, that's both a challenge and an opportunity. Thank you.